Welcome to this screencast on research strategies for your seminar paper. This is a general overview of the strategies you need, and it provides you with more direction on the multiple smaller screencasts we have on very specific areas like topic selection and preemption checks and so forth, as well as the smaller research guides you can go to get this discrete information. It's one in a series of screencasts presented by the UNM School of Law Library. The process of researching a scholarly paper can include selecting and narrowing down your topic, conducting a preemption check, composing a research plan, finding resources on the topic, assessing the available information, and organizing your research, which includes logging your research. Your research can go in a variety of different directions. In this session, we'll give you common sources and best practice strategies that you might need. As you have specific questions going forward in research, follow up with us at the reference desk with your particular queries and providing you the contact information at the end of this screencast. The resources in this screencast are collected in one place, namely the UNM Law Library's Research Guide on Scholarly Research and Writing Resources for UNM students, which is crafted particularly for you, mapped and referencing resources to which you have access as opposed to students at other institutions. You might Google how to write a scholarly research paper and find an excellent guide produced by Harvard, but those resources are only mapped to the resources that Harvard students would have. This one is designed for you with resources that you have access to. If you go to libguides at law.unm.edu, that's libguides.law.unm.edu, up here at the top of the page, you'll see that you will find a suite of research guides, 54 and counting, on various subjects. Let's say you wanted to research employment and labor law, or family law, or federal and tribal legislation. Or, for example, you wanted to get a specific subtopic guide on finding journal articles, or health law. Use and look at those guides in conjunction with this general guide on scholarly research and writing resources. If we go into the scholarly research and writing resources guide, you'll find all of these resources and collections of resources that I've just told you about. They're all tabbed out on this page with information in writing, as well as, if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, smaller screencasts on discrete topics like topic selection, database and website evaluation, preemption checks, searching the catalog, and so forth. We are continually putting more screencasts here, as well as more research guides in this suite of guides. Please continue to check back and use these guides to supplement what you need to do for your research for your classes. As you're going through these steps, note that all of those, there are those specific resources on, say, topic selection, as well as written information for purposes. The information I'm providing you here is to just take you through the process, okay? When you're first engaging in selecting a topic for your paper, right, in those initial stages, you might have a general idea of what you want to write about, but you haven't narrowed specific topics or subtopics you want to discuss. Narrowing might involve more research in the area to determine what the real issue is and are related to your interests. You might need to research for currency regarding emerging issues. You might need to familiarize yourself with the general area or sub-area of law, as well as doctrinally connected areas. Again, more resources are at that specific guide that I told you about, including more specific screencasts on this issue. Once you've selected a topic, you might need to check to see if anybody else has substantively covered it in their scholarship. A preemption check checks on that. It's the process of determining whether the topic you're writing about has been substantially covered by someone else in the past. Preemption checks look for substantial treatment only. An article on your topic that touches on your topic in a legal newspaper or bar journal isn't considered notable. Something notable would be some scholarly substantive article published in a peer-reviewed publication in journal or law review. Even if a topic has been examined in that way by other authors, it may be a valid choice if you differentiate your paper topic by, say, taking a different position on the issue than the other authors did who covered it. If you want to perform a preemption check, you conduct a thorough search of available legal publications to see if anybody's written on it. For more on preemption checks, consult the other mini guides and mini screencasts on this topic located in that research guide on scholarly research and writing. Once you've done your preemption check, you've narrowed down your topic, you map out your research strategy. Thoroughly understand your problem and background by researching via secondary sources. Talk to your professors specializing in that of law. Keep updating, right? You consult your primary resources, data sets where you need, update regularly. Keep up to date on latest developments by setting up news alerts, right? By checking current awareness resources. Keep a research journal to track this strategy. You have to break down the types of resources you need. You have to ask yourself, what jurisdiction do you research? That will then inform and allow you to select the right databases for your research needs. You want to think about how available the resources are. Let's say that you are consulting other scholarship and you find a book that's out there that really seems germane to your research interests. If it's at other libraries, you need to know that because you may not be able to get it, especially in this time. We're in August of 2020. Or you might need to plan on, if it's an ebook, you want to plan on downloading various chapters as you can. You want to assess the availability of the resources you want to consult. You want to assess, are you trying to consult secondary, persuasive authority, or primary authority? Okay. If you're talking about primary or second authority, assess where that authority comes from. What courts, governments, entities, branches of government have authority to speak on the issues? Is the authority you seek instead a well-respected secondary source? And where are the different places to find that authority? If you're looking for law journal articles, there is a library guide on finding journal articles. It's within that big suite of 54 and counting guides. It's titled Finding Law Journal Articles Home, Finding Full Text and Finding Non-Full Text Articles. It's extremely helpful. We're also currently developing a screencast on this as well, so you'll have a lecture. You want to make sure to not only search full text online, but search an index like Legal Source. If you search full text online, make sure to search using something like Google Scholar, which allows you to broadly search for scholarly literature, including books, and it will automatically patch you into a variety of articles via UNM full text databases. So if you go to Google Scholar, you'll not only find the law journal and law review articles that you'd find in a full text database like Lexis and Westlaw, you'd find other articles, say via Hein Online, quasi-law, non-law, also anything that Google is trawling out there that might be available, even something like white papers, right? So Google Scholar will allow you to do those things. Look for the screencasts and guide in law journal articles, the Finding Law Journal Articles research guide that I've linked you to. Note that in Lexis and Westlaw, both have full text of many, but not all law review and journal articles from all journals. Supplement by the indexes like Legal Sources to be more comprehensive in scope. Also check for forthcoming scholarship via databases like scholarly repositories like SSRN that post forthcoming scholarship. Again, check on our research guide on finding journal articles at libguides.law.unm.edu and for other sub-screencasts that will be posted in that location on the Scholarly Research and Writing Resources page. If you need to locate news and non-law databases, note that you can do that both on Lexis and Westlaw. We scroll down, click on Secondary Resources. Under by type, you can click on Legal Newspapers and Newsletters here. Search legal newspapers and newsletters. If we go to elibrary.unm.edu, You can find newspapers and news articles there as well. If we scroll down and click on databases there, and under the A to Z list of databases, we click on by type, then click on newspapers and news. You'll see that there are a variety of at least 42 databases found for newspapers and news, from anywhere from local databases like Albuquerque Business First to historical databases to very topic specific like Chronicle of Higher Education newspapers as well. If you want to search for books that might be available out there, search the UNM catalog, search the UNM Library's catalog. It will allow you to access print materials, for example, say on tribes that either our law library or main campus would have. Note that main campus libraries are currently closed, but if we, the UNM Law Library, has a book in our holdings, we can check it out to you and place it in a safe space for you. Note that catalog searches are best for finding books. Don't search the catalog to attempt to find individual specific items like cases or journal articles. To search for books, you have to proactively select the search boxes to search only books. For example, if you click on catalog search here, going to elibrary.unm.edu, and say do a keyword search for Navajo Nation, do a search. Want to select just books, and for example, you want to select just the UNM Law Library. The results that will come up, it's a keyword search of books that have been identified by keyword. It will show you if the item is available and where it's located in the UNM Law Library, specifically on the stacks. If you want to find books, treatises, and loose leaf materials discussing a particular issue, you can also search treatises and other secondary sources like practitioner materials on Lexis and Westlaw using natural language or Boolean searches. If you identify a really good treatise in print, you can browse where the treatise is located on the upper floor of the law library. Treatises and loose leaf materials in print, there are other treatises around that call number range. So if you find one good treatise, say on contracts, go find it in the law library in print on the shelves and look for other treatises that we have on the shelves around it. That's another way to find items that you might be looking for by topic. We go, for example, to Westlaw. We search secondary sources in Westlaw, like the home page, scrolling down under and clicking on secondary sources in the middle page. Then clicking texts and treatises by type. As you click on texts and treatises by type, it will give you a bunch of resources and a whole list. What you want to do is filter things a little bit more from the list they've given you. Let's say you just want to search texts and treatises, but not jurisprudence and encyclopedias. Uncheck that box on the left-hand side of the page and just leave checked texts and treatises. You can further narrow down if you want by jurisdiction. I'm going to click just national. Then I'm going to click by topic. Let's say I wanted to look for a treatise on, for example, energy and environment. I could narrow down my search even further and click apply. So I'm looking for just texts and treatises, national in scope, on energy, that topic. I've narrowed down the sources so that it's saying there are 33 sources, and then I could search those filtered sources at the top and do a good keyword search in there. So that's how to research that sort of thing. Let's say if you need to do statistics research, you can certainly do that. You can view a list of UNM statistical databases. You could go to elibrary.unm.edu and click the drop-down menu for databases by type and choose statistical databases. For other useful information, including research reports, gray literature, papers, check out other UNM databases and from their A to Z list, including social services abstracts and PIES index. For example, if you go to elibrary.unm.edu and we click on databases, scroll down, and again, I'm going to search by type. I'm going to search and click by type, data by type, and I'll see that 34 databases are found for data just under B's, the Bureau of Economic Analysis, Justice Statistics, Labor Statistics, CIA World Factbook, etc. So you can find a lot of really useful information there. Remember, as you're going through and assessing what sources you need to consult, whether they're primary or secondary, doing your secondary source research to identify good sites for primary sources, make sure to organize your research and use a research log. It's absolutely crucial. It can look like a lot of different things. Best practices, we recommend that you absolutely document where and what sources you searched and the key search terms you used, the date of your research, updating how you update how current the source was that you consulted, and any follow-up questions. For specifics on locating and narrowing down a topic and also logging your research, those things, please consult our other mini guides and screencasts on that topic in that research guide on scholarly research and resources. Use your research log. Here is an example of what your log could look like if you're looking for a way to craft it. You can just make a simple table, for example, or you can open up a an Excel spreadsheet and craft one there, right? You can create a column labeled steps. You can document what terms you're searching in what database, including what resource you're searching in. You can document the findings you found and the value of the findings. You can document any next steps you want to take, as well as information to craft that you want to make sure you note in case you want to cite those things later. Absolutely crucial, right? Maybe you find that what you were researching and any rules you found, say you found something in the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure that you need to consult a different rule set, and that there might be duplicate information or similar information or valuable information in the next rule set out there noted as well, and that's what you want to do next. You want to note the date when you researched, the status of your research, when the source that you looked at was last updated, and how current it was, and any next steps you want to take. These, again, it's an overview, right? All of the different sub areas of information, more detailed information, are gone into in different parts of that research guide. We've covered the process of researching a seminar paper in this general overview, including selecting a topic, narrowing it down, engaging in an evolving research plan, finding resources on the topic, assessing the available information, and organizing and logging your research. Don't forget, you can always contact the reference desk for your questions about research strategies, citations, etc. We're here to help. We're open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday. Please contact us right now at our Gmail address. It's unmlawlibref@gmail.com. That's unmlawlibref@gmail.com. Again, we're open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday. Somebody will respond as soon as we can and get back to you as soon as we can. We are here to help. Please check out our other screencasts and research guides that we have available for you.